Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back today with another in my series of Learn Tarot videos. And today we're going to have a look at the pages. We're going to start with the court cards. So you may well have seen my 22 videos on the major arcana. And today is the first of 4 videos on the court cards. I'll do one on the pages, one on knights, one on queens, and one on kings. So yeah, I'm going to put some timestamps in this video so that you can look. I'll put some timestamps in as I discuss each individual suit of pages. I've got 3 cards here for each suit to have a look at. And I'll start off really by telling you what court cards and pages mean to me. I know that to many of us we have trouble, myself included, with court cards. You know, the major arcana is obviously the big karmic sort of elements of life, the sort of lofty major sort of situations that we don't have a great deal of control over. And the minor arcana, the numbered cards, represent situations that happen in our daily life, the things around us that we can feel and touch and see and kind of experience in that real way. But the court cards kind of sit in the middle of that, don't they? And they are, I guess, a bridge, aren't they, between the karmic energies of the major arcana and the day-to-day energies of the numbered cards of the minor arcana. So pages in particular, I suppose it's best to imagine them as young, generally. I think the Page of Wands are initiators of spirit. The Page of Swords are initiators of mind. The Page of Cups are initiators of heart. And the Page of Discs are initiators of body. So their element is earth, and I think that really indicates something young and growing, kind of a seed planted, if you like. Pages can often stand for children, although they can also be said to be the full sort of alter ego. So a childlike adult could be a page. When there are no children involved in a reading with a querent, the page can indicate a message coming the querent's way. I think sometimes, after all, the purpose of a page is to deliver messages. Pages can represent an aspect of the personality that is underdeveloped, such as the ego. I think there's many ways to read court cards. Some people read them very much as other people in your life, people surrounding you, but I think I often tend to read them as aspects of your own personality, really. So drawing a court card can tell you how you or another person is dealing with a situation. And they can actually sort of advise you, depending on where they are in a spread, on how to behave and how to get the best out of life. I think as there are 16 court cards, 4 of each suit, they kind of represent in their highest realms the 16 different traits or aspects of self-mastery. And in their lower attributes, they can represent the kind of 16 fear-driven coping strategies, I guess, for dealing with difficult things, with difficult aspects of life. So we shall get straight into it. I think I'm going to start with, I'll put these up here. I think I'm going to start with the Wands. And as I said, I've got 3 tarot cards to look at. One is just the pretty standard Rider-Waite-Smith page card here, and this is from the Radiant Wise Spirit, I think, tarot deck. So in its higher realms, the Page of Wands could be seen as an enthusiastic person, perhaps somebody who has trouble sitting still, being still. This is a sort of adventurer at heart. As a child, this person might always be wanting to run about and climb, and they might never want to be home on time. They're just out looking for trouble, really, in some ways. This could be a faithful and happy child, one who likes being the centre of attention. This page can often be the bearer of important news, I think. There could be messages of travel with this card, or an encouragement to sort of follow your dreams. This could definitely be a hard-working student. As I said, it doesn't have to represent a young person. This can be a young or youthful aspect of a grown-up person's personality. So in its lower realms, this card might represent being indecisive, reluctant, unstable, immature, somebody who's a poor decision maker, somebody who has trouble committing or doing as they're told. They might be rebellious. And I think we can see that a little bit in the second card I've got here, which is from the Book of Shadows, Volume 2. And I think this card really represents developing that sort of ability to learn about your willpower, really, because wands are all about willpower, aren't they? And this is perhaps learning both the dangers and the power of your willpower. And then we've got here a tarot card from the Mary L deck, and I will read from the deck a little bit for this one because I'm still learning about this deck, and it's very different from the tarot that I learned and I grew up with, really, which is the Rider-Waite-Smith structure of tarot. So in this card here, she says that the Page of Wands was inspired by Joan of Arc and represents the great things that can be done when one is moved by faith and acts upon what they were divinely inspired to do. That every person is born with a purpose in life, some large, some small. Yet who is it to judge what's large and what's small? And when you follow that bliss that you were meant for, you'll be moving with the current of the universe, and you'll be able to achieve the seemingly impossible and miraculous. What else have we got here? Yeah, there's lots of bits here about all the symbology in this card, which I won't get into. But in her keywords here for this card, in the positive light, we've got: have the courage in your convictions, be true to yourself, follow your passions, have faith and principles. This is an initiator of energy, as I said, and a champion of a cause. This person is a rebel and could be the bringer of rebellion and revolution. Reversed, so in its lower attributes, this card represents apathy, disbelief, lack of faith, detachment and doubt. So as I said, this card is very much the Page of Wands, about learning both the dangers and the great powers of your willpower, of your strength of will. So there we go. That's the Page of Wands. So I'm just going to pause the video and I will be back with the next page. So we're back with the Page of Swords. This is the Page of Swords here from the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And my interpretations really of the Page of Swords are that this is kind of like the inner detective, if you like. This person is endlessly curious. I think as a child you wouldn't be able to shut this child up. They would be asking questions endlessly. There would always be a why. There's a real childlike curiosity about this person. There's a sharp intelligence. This person would be good at puzzles and quick to learn. They like to experiment with ideas. This card can indicate a discerning and insightful person, somebody who is vigilant to unknown dangers. But really, I think this card for me represents the inner detective, the part of you that likes to question and analyse and work things out. In its lower realms, this card could represent being argumentative, being a know-it-all, a tattletale, being clever but unconcerned about the needs of others, so cold and calculating. Here we can see in the Book of Shadows deck that this again is this sort of experimentation energy, isn't it? This is trying to work something out, trying to deliver a message, trying to work out how to deliver a message, I think, here. Because there is a great deal to do with communication, and very analytical communication with this card. And then we've got the Mary L card here again, which at first glance really looks nothing like a Page of Swords, does it really? I think that's why I've got the book here, because like I said, I'm still learning about this deck. When I read cards, I go very much on the artwork and the imagery, and I take my intuition from that. And this woman here with the red dragon tattoo on her body wouldn't stand out to me instantly as the Page of Swords. But when we read here, Mary White said, the Page of Swords is tattooed with a red Chinese dragon because she has proven herself with her strength and ferocity to be worthy of wearing the dragon on her skin. For if she falters, the dragon will consume her. Dragons are an auspicious symbol of good luck, good fortune, prosperity, strength and power. The strength of this card is that she is not yet imprisoned and made hard with old beliefs. She has a beginner's mind and perhaps youthful arrogance, and can imagine and fearlessly pursue any possibility that she thinks, invents, imagines, acts, and speaks boldly and without fear. In its upright position, this card represents a beginner's mind, a student, questioning, seeking, searching, has an open mind and is open to learn. This person lets go of preconceived notions, likes to research and educate themselves, and has curiosity and a growth mindset. In the reversed position, so in its lower attributes, this card represents closed-mindedness, an unwillingness to learn, outdated and old-fashioned thinking, and somebody who might be set in their ways. So as I said, a bit of a know-it-all, clever but perhaps unconcerned about the needs of others or progress, really, of the truth. So yeah, this is the Page of Swords. I think this card really is the inner detective, as I said. So I shall be back in a mo with the Page of Cups. Okay, so the Page of Cups here. I think in its higher realms, this card can represent the sort of daydream kid, if you like, somebody who perhaps might have their head in the clouds a little bit. They can have a wonderful imagination. They're sensitive, kind and gentle. There's a strong artistic or psychic element to the Page of Cups, I think. And this card can really indicate the emergence of the capacity to feel, or a renewed capacity to feel, perhaps in somebody older. Discovering that you are worthy of being loved in an older person. In its lower realms, this card can represent being vain, self-love, sort of infantile love, if you like, an obsessive love, a self-preoccupation or egocentric preoccupation. And I would imagine that when this person is sad, they are the saddest of sad. We've also got with the Book of Shadows here, and I think this ties in very much to that sort of self-preoccupation, doesn't it? That egocentric, immature sort of self-love. I don't know whether this is sort of talking about like, is it Narcissus, who fell in love with his own reflection in the water? So I think it's that kind of energy, really, isn't it? It's like, you know, gazing into yourself, and becoming obsessed with your own reflection. It's narcissism, isn't it? I guess in its lowest forms, really. And then we have the Mary L card, which I have to say I think is actually one of my favourite cards of all of the court cards that I've ever seen. I don't know why, but I just love this card. To me, intuitively, this card just shouts vulnerability. You know, I think the bare skull and the bare neck there with the fish going down the back of the head. I don't know, it just screams vulnerability to me. So let's see what Mary White has said. Your emotions and thoughts are like little ships set adrift on the ocean, affecting the whole of the ocean. They come from you, change your ships, and you change the way the ocean reacts, and others react, change the energy. This page's strength is unconditional love, both for self and for others. This is a non-judgmental card, assuming strength in yourself and others and in situations. Project into the world calm thoughts that support rather than hinder what you want from life. Take complete responsibility for yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your life. You were designed for this life in every way. And in its upright keywords here, we've got adventure. Leave the safety of the dock. Be willing to risk, be adventurous, and leave home for uncharted territory. This is a traveller, wanderer, tourist, pilgrim, and explorer, which I think we can see here. I don't know whether that's the sails of a ship here, actually. In its reversed, in its lower realms, we've got inertia, passivity, abstinence, stuck at home, and playing it safe. But like I said, it's very, very important, actually, I think, to take what you see and what you feel out of cards. And for me, this card just screams vulnerability. There's something very innocent, I think, about this image, and to me, that's what the Page of Cups is, really. It's this sensitive, kind, and gentle soul, really, that's emerging. So there we go. That's the Page of Cups, and I shall be back with the last suit, which is the Page of Pentacles. So here we are with the Page of Pentacles. So to me, as a child, this would be the kid who likes to make things, I think. Personality-wise, this is somebody that could seem maybe too old for their age or a bit too serious, although they're very generous and down-to-earth and good-hearted. I think this card generally indicates an awareness of the senses and maybe a beginning capacity to manifest what you want into the world, by being careful, hard-working. This is a beginning realization of the importance of taking care of your body through diet and exercise. In its lower realms, this card could represent a failure to face facts, being wasteful, a fear of loss, a fear of disapproval, being self-destructive, self-sabotaging, actually. And we've kind of got that energy here in the Book of Shadows deck, haven't we, of somebody sat learning, really, somebody being hardworking and studious, somebody making a place for themselves in the world, starting to manifest what they want into the world, whatever that is, really. And then we've got, with the Mary L deck, we've got a baby. Let's see what she says about this. She's going to talk a lot about the outfits on this baby, isn't she? The shoes on the baby were meticulously hand-beaded, a skill and design handed down through many generations. So that fits very much, doesn't it, with what a Page of Pentacles might be interested in. They were made with love and tenderness to warm and protect the feet where the body meets the earth. The primary colours in design are fire, air and water, woven together like the flesh of the baby is the manifestation of the soul, meticulously evolved and perfected over millions of generations. The baby is the perfect, beautiful manifestation of the soul on earth, where the soul and earth meet, made in every way to survive this life, given to us both its joys and its ferocity. Shoes and sandals are symbolically rich. She's talking a lot about different things there. We've got, so in its upright position, this card is a promising future, potential, which we can see here in this baby, can't we? A healthy, grounded growing, having all your needs cared for, treating the matter in question like it is your baby, with love, care and balance, being well prepared. This card can talk of agriculture and benefits to the community and shared and passed on skills. In its reversed or lower realms, this card can mean attention needed, ungrounded, unsteady, unhealthy, not being properly cared for, unsupported, and not being well prepared. So as I said, a lot of self-destructive kind of traits in the lower realms of the Page of Pentacles, because this is, after all, a card of attending to the physical world, the physical body and your physical environment around you. So this is a very important card, isn't it? So there we go. That was the pages, and they're all beautiful, to be honest, but I think out of them all, I just love this one. I love the Page of Cups. I think that's one of my favourite all-time images and artwork of a page, really. I just think that's stunning. That really does speak to me. So there we go. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that that might have given you a little bit more clarity on what pages are. And like I said, you can read a page in a spread as if it's another person, but I think often it's most useful really to read the page as an aspect of your own personality, whether in its higher realms or its lower realms, something that you're succeeding at, or something that you need to put a little bit more of attention into, because it's a card of growth, isn't it? So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I shall look forward to seeing you with the next video in the court cards, which will be the Knights. So see you soon. Thank you.